Today we're watching the worst reason to hate men. Hate men epidemic that's been going on. A controversial conversation, right? You got women that are generalizing every single dude, saying that every dude is this way, every dude is that way. And men do that same thing with women as well. But then you also got those guys that are doing some wild, crazy, disgusting stuff. Let's see what bro got to say about it.
Hey bro, excuse me. I've had a bad day. Can I have a hug?
Hell nah.
Oh, have a good day.
I'm curious as to how the demographics for this.
I mean, to be honest, from that, I probably wouldn't be like, get the fuck out of my face, but I definitely would be like, nah, bro, watch out. I'm straight. Watch out, bro. Watch out. I'm gonna be honest. Are y'all not acting the same way if some random dude come up to you talking about, hey, bro, can I get a hug? I don't know what you got going. Watch out, bro. Nah, bro.
Video shakeout. Have you ever noticed that on the internet there seems to be this trend of just hating on men for no reason? You could be watching this harmless viral video of, well, I don't know, say a guy going up to strangers in the mall asking for a hug, and a man doesn't feel the need to give a guy a hug right now. Maybe he's just not up to it, or hell, maybe he just doesn't want to hug a stranger, and all of a sudden the guy gets classified as being an evil person. Oh wait, that actually happened.
Black men have such fragile masculinity, it's so laughable at this point. She know damn well if a random nigga, right, a random ugly nigga walked up on her and said, can I have a hug right now? Teeth. If he was just an ugly nigga, right? Not saying this white dude ugly, but let's just say he came up and said, my life been real fucked up right now. Can I get a hug? She's going to be like, back up.
First of all, let it be clear, I'm a hugger myself, but that doesn't mean a stranger can come up to me and ask for some sort of hug. I don't know you. I don't care if you have 11 million subscribers. I don't care how it's gonna make me look on the internet. I just don't want to hug you at the moment. And especially with all this sickness going on, you can hear my voice right now. I'm not just out here.
Me too. I got a little something going on too, bro. I like the video for that.
People. And this can even be broken down by a race thing, because when it gets flipped, when a black man is asking for a hug or is in some sort of similar social experiment video, it goes totally left. And we'll talk about that more later. Now, I know what you're thinking. Omar, this is probably just one of those made up or fake divisive conversational topic pieces on the internet. But the problem is that these things have real life implications.
Now, everybody was so mad at the way that these black men responded to a random person walking up on them, asking them for a hug. And you know who was mad at us black men the most? Black women. One thing I gotta say, though, is that it felt so good just to see these black women being so kind and so open and welcoming to this white man asking for a hug, when we couldn't even get y'all to smile at us. Did y'all just think that we forgot? Y'all were making think pieces for weeks over the fact that black men asked black women to smile, but some random ass white nigga could walk up on y'all and get a hug? If we did that, we'd be a where my hug that ass nigga. Let that have been a random white girl walking up on a whole bunch of black men and us actually get,
and then being like, let me get that hug. Yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna be bad for sure, for shit show. This nigga voice, I know who this is though. I've seen this individual before. Y'all remind me his name, bro. Now this ain't no disrespect. Like, I know who this is. I just never consumed this content before.
giving them the hug.
Deshaun Wilshire.
Had a fucking clan rally.
Daquan
One of the main things
Wilshire.
I kept seeing everybody say is that black men are homophobic, and that's the reason why they didn't give him a hug. Like, as a man, as a human being, if a random person, man or woman, walk up on me asking me for a hug, I'm gonna be like,
What the fuck?
I am too skeptical of people, and people are unpredictable. I have no clue what you're doing. And then you have a camera behind you. Did y'all?
Yeah, and then you got a camera behind you. Like, niggas don't be doing, hey, bro, smell my new cologne and it's fucking fart spray. So now I walk up on you and you try, let me get a hug, and you got fart spray on your body and you hug me, or you put like fucking, I don't know, Vaseline on your hand. And you know how far these pranks be going. It might not even be Vaseline. Today we're doing a seminal fluid handshake prank. So we're gonna be walking up on people, yo, bro, and now I'm a victim. Yo, what's up, bro? We just that. I'm just saying, what's up, man? I rock with you, dap me up, and now you gave me seminal fluid on my hand from you, type shit, because you making a video. Like, nigga, I don't know what niggas got going on these days. I don't want no hug, bro. Watch out. Stop playing, bro. And then you got a camera. Watch out, bro. Watch out. I'm really not in that mood, bro.
I forget how they keep pranking us black men in the hood, where they come to the hood and antagonize black men all of the time. How am I supposed to know that this isn't one of those situations?
Now, don't get me wrong. I think that these things are going to be over-exaggerated. We're going to have a bunch of gender war stuff. We're going to have a bunch of race war stuff. We're going to talk about fragile masculinity. We're going to talk about how the black man is over-masculine and is hyper-masculine.
Have y'all seen this video that on the left that he's talking about with the blind guy? It was a black blind guy and a white blind
Those
guy.
things happen in over-exaggerated conversations on the internet. And ultimately, people will be lumped into a conversation. Men and black men will be lumped into conversations about how men hate women as a whole, which I don't even know how it gets there, but it always seems to find its way.
Bro, that
But
shit
the
is so
problem
silly
is
to me, bro. That's so silly to me. Men hate women. Black men hate black women. Now, there are some niggas that are not fond of them. Now, I'm not talking about those niggas, right? I am strictly black woman-fied, right? Black queens, I'm all about that. I remember one time, bro, I was talking about this one girl because her fit and her build was a certain way. And I was joking on her in a TikTok live. And they thought I was joking on her because she was dark skinned. And I was like, this is crazy, bro. The women they stigma is so like, niggas hate black women, niggas hate dark skinned women. He must just like light skinned women. He might like white women. Like, bro, no. You gotta really watch what you say and who you joke on these days if you don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, labeled a certain way. And I'm just not with the whole having to fight back shit. So I just be trying to keep it cool. You know what I'm saying? That's where my mind be at.
There are real life implications to these things. And when the double standard shows itself, nobody cares when it's flipped on its head. There's tons of times when women can do the same things that men can do and it's not received the same exact way. And then not only are there double standards, but there's also inconsistency.
Like for that instance, a woman could have got on there and talked about this nigga. This nigga looks scary as hell and he's dark. Nobody would have said nothing.
Standards. Men are supposed to be perceived as stoic and on guard, protective, you know? So it seems a little strange that a stranger would just walk up to me and I would accept some sort of a hug from him. That just doesn't seem like somebody who is supposed to be really protective of their own body or the people that they're with is supposed to do. And I think the reason that the internet keeps flip-flopping or changing sides or definitions or different things like that is all a way to get people to hate on men even more. And I know I sound like a victim here, but hear me out. It's honestly a big problem, especially when your algorithm is creating this echo chamber where men can do no right and they can only do harm. I don't think that that's good for the greater good of society as a whole. I don't know if you heard of Sophie Rain, the OF content creator who said she made $4 million. And
we're going to be watching that video as well today. So if you're tuned into this one, another video drop with that one. It's going to be talking about more about this situation right here.
From OF content. Well, somehow in that conversation, they found a way to hate on men and more specifically black men, saying there's a reason why these type of creators can profit over black men is because of racism. And look,
oh my god,
it gets tiring. And maybe if the think pieces were better, I would entertain them more because there may be some validity. You could convince me of anything, but the way that these people describe stuff is so stupid. And I'm definitely not listening to this person with the big glasses on Twitter who was a victim of being harassed by a certain guy, which that whole situation was stretched, but we'll go down that path maybe at another time. I don't know. And I don't want to focus solely on this being a black specific thing because the rest of the male delegation has a lot of gripes with women. So I'm going to pass the baton over to them and showcase how women are just starting to hate men for really basically no good reason.
Simply put, if a man tells me that he hates women, I know that he's dangerous. If a woman tells me that she hates men, I know it just because she's been emotionally done.
Yeah, bro. If a woman says that, right, that she hates men, I've never heard a nigga say, I hate women. I haven't heard that before. You know, I don't know if y'all have, but I personally haven't. I've heard a woman say that. And typically, I would imagine they say that because something happened, right? Something happened where they feel like that's warranted. But they just be yoking, they put every nigga with that. And so now they take that scar tissue into the next relationship and they be like, I hate men or something along the lines of that. Sometimes it's warranted though. Sometimes niggas do be tripping, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like you shouldn't use your past trauma on your next situation with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
I don't care if a woman says, I hate men. In fact, I encourage her. You should hate men.
Any kind of serious consideration for your thought process that anybody was willing to provide to you is completely out the window. Because now they can actually see that you're nothing but an irrational individual who doesn't truly care about solutions. You just want to spew generalized hate on the internet because Tommy broke up with you in the 5th grade. If you treat every flaw like lava, you'll spend the rest of your life jumping through pointless hoops just to try to avoid them. And if you constantly treat every man like they're the enemy, don't expect your interaction and experiences with men to be sunshine.
Facts. Men. So now every time you have a combo or something like that and you dubbing niggas and it's like, And he's like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because you said some wild shit to him. Like, get the fuck out of our face. When it was just like, hey, how y'all doing? It's get the fuck out of our face rather than, no, we're good. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Please watch out. We're good. Now it's this whole thing because you didn't go into it, because your mindset already going into it with a nigga is like war. You feel me?
Men are not your enemy.
Dejan kind of cooked up there, and maybe it's because I'm engaged now. Surprise. I feel like I see these things from totally different lenses. If you go out there in this world with negative connotations and feelings, you know, this wall built up around you, you're going to continuously have bad experiences no matter what. There has to be some sort of level of optimism. No, I'm not saying just lower your standards and lower your guard 100%. You still want to do your due diligence to protect yourself as a human from most things like physical violence. But for the most part, a lot of people aren't out there just to harm you, whether it be physically or emotionally. But going out there with this I hate men or I hate anybody's stance is completely stupid. And honestly, it's harmful to your own self, your own psyche, and those that are around you. I think it's interesting when some of these Twitter people, chronically online folks, compare men to things like animals. They're like dogs, something you want around for sometimes. But these are the same people who strive to be in long-lasting heterosexual relationships. And no, I'm not going to be that channel that says, well, go join the side of being a lesbian and then misinterpret stats about domestic violence and being a woman. I think that that's stupid. But I do believe that harmony, working together, compromise should exist between the genders, the races, the ethnicities, all of that across the spectrum. Because when you walk around with this blind hate towards a certain group of people, you become an ist or you become an phobic. And honestly, we know that those things aren't positive things. But have the internet say it, they'll act as if misandry is something that's not real or a plaything, or hell, even embrace it as if it's something that should be embraced. Now, why would somebody embrace being a misandrist? That's probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Every day I come to the realization that I don't think I like men. Not in the way that you're thinking, because I love my boyfriend, but I just don't like men. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why. I don't know if it's because I was born into a family of matriarchs, or if it's because I literally see all the shitty things that men do to women. But most men seriously just make me feel unsafe and uncomfortable, because why am I taking a hot girl walk, you beep, slowly pull up beside me in your car, stare at me, I stare back at you, and it's not until I start walking away that you start driving away. Like, that's weird. Or why I'm waiting for my Uber, and you're not my Uber, and you pull up and tell me to get inside your car, and I almost did because I thought you were my Uber.
I don't want to get away from...
Okay, right. Before he says what he says, this is what I mean by, like, this is unfortunate. Because as niggas, we don't got to go through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got to go through this. I've heard things where it's like, damn, these niggas out here tripping. Wild things, saying things like, going up, check me out. You pop out outside random, you're a woman, right? Watching this. And a nigga come up to you, say you're working, and a nigga come up to you and say, you look so good, don't be surprised if you have a baby in you tomorrow. Or some shit. Like, what? Whoa. We don't, as niggas, we don't gotta go through that. So we do have to be open-minded and still see things a certain way, right? Because niggas be odd, bro. We gotta be honest.
From people's personal experiences, because I think that they are valid, they tell a good story, and there are lessons to be learned from these situations. Like, I don't know, don't look into getting into a random car. Uber literally tells you what the license plate, color, make, model of the car is before you get into it. So we should probably look at those things before we get into a car. But
Listen, gang. All right. That right there, come on, brother. I know you done, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I done gotten plenty of Ubers, right? Where now, peep this. I will see that the car, I don't just get into a random, I don't just see a car pull up and just go get to it, no. I do see what the car is, the type of vehicle it is. But I don't be looking at the license plate and stuff like that. This is that and the third, right? Now that is true. Now I'm thinking about it, that is true. You definitely, yeah, if she just she just called an Uber and just walked up to a car, that's different. And he's saying, come get in the car. It still don't matter though. The nigga is still odd for trying to get this woman to get into the car and do some wild shit. You feel me? What y'all think, bro? Let me know in the comments.
The serious problem is the generalization of all men, of all people. When
right, the generalization.
Again, there are things for this. It's rhyming with ick, transphobia, all these things that we think are bad, but yet it's okay when it's for men. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some terrible men out there. I think Myron from Fresh and Fit, who consistently finds ways to humble women. I was just on his Twitter page the other day because somebody put it onto my feed where he just literally replies to people that take pictures, like women that take pictures. He replies with some of the stupidest,
what the fuck? This nigga's lame as shit, bro.
Most demeaning and unnecessary comments in the world. But we all collectively point and laugh at that man. And I think there's no problem with calling out the specific men that do those specific things and holding them accountable by saying they are weird. That just like anybody else, if you do a bad, weird, or unjust behavior, we hold that person as an individual responsible and call them out. But again, painting a broad brushstroke would have a bunch of people disconnected from different groups of people because of, I don't know, lumped together personal experiences, stereotypes, and otherwise bad faith content creators on the internet. And then when you get boxed into that algorithm, you get constantly fed that bullshit, which makes you more and more conditioned to believe that men are bad, men are this, men are that, men are the third. And again, if you had credible arguments, solutions, or working to something bettering the system, then I think that that's fine. But when you paint with a broad brushstroke and just say, let's get all these people out of here, then I don't think that that's the answer either.
Men don't care about your personality. They don't care about your dreams, your goals, what you want to achieve in life, your likes, your dislikes. They don't care about these things. They care about what you can offer them. They care about if there's something in it for them. That's why men usually don't do things unless they're going to get something out of it. So if a man is going out of his way, doing a lot of things, and you're like, oh my God, he's doing all these grand gestures, he wants something. He's doing it to get something out of you.
People doing something to benefit is something that's exclusive to a man? Oh my gosh. Continue to create content around these BS subjects, especially when on the backside, when the cameras are off, you are still actively seeking and pursuing and entertaining the people that you still hate. And that's why I think makes it worse, is because some of these content creators are in relationships, are married, and they're giving this advice to young and unsuspecting people all the time.
If I were 22 today, I would not be dating black men at all.
What? Damn.
They're too feminine these days for me. I like masculine, go get them, I'm gonna pay for that baby type men. Y'all take too long to get y'all stuff together? Y'all want us to pay half the bills and sleep with you? No, can't do that. I'm not saying that other men are better than you. I'm just saying they're more ambitious than you. Others have a financial head start. They are not more ambitious.
No, that's even responding with that is dumb as hell.
That's not really true. Seriously, my husband didn't have no head start. He's black.
So let me get this straight. If you were young, you wouldn't do the exact same things that got you into the exact same situation that you're in right now that you claim to be so happy in. It just doesn't make sense, and there's not much consistency behind it. And of course, she might be able to make that statement from the position that she sits in, but she's legitimately married and has been married to a black man for a long time. The same men that she's telling you that she would not continue to pursue or that you should not pursue. I quite often find that a lot of people are robotic in these stances on the internet. You know, it's kind of like Order 66 from Star Wars. They don't necessarily know why they're doing it. It's just that somebody from a higher up place or position that they think they want to be in told them to be like this. So then they go ahead and follow suit. They can't really justify with their words as to why they believe in the thing that they even believe. They're just spouting words that they found on the internet.
You just seem very misogynistic, realistically.
What is misogyny? Why are you using words that you don't even know the definition of?
No, that's not what I meant.
I think you are misogynistic, though.
But what does misogynistic mean, though? Like, just so I know what you're calling me.
Okay, so the reason I said it is just, again, based on the
oh man, this is bad.
I think it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation. I think if you are what these women want you to be, then ultimately they'll find reasons to hate you and say that they do hate you because there are differences between you as genders or as you are socialized and brought up, etc., etc. But then on the flip side, if you're not vulnerable to them, if you don't speak to them, if you keep all your feelings bottled up and, you know, just pay the bills and do your job, you'll end up like their grandfather, or you'll end up like their fathers that they ultimately don't like because they don't like the way that they treated their grandmothers or their mothers, etc., etc. Man hating is a good thing until you can't find a man to be with you for the rest of your life and that's what you want. It's kind of like me being anti-education, anti-learning, anti-self self-improvement, but wanting myself to make a lot of money and do a job that pays a lot of money. Like, it just doesn't add up.
Yeah,
You're going
doesn't equate.
against the grain for the dream that you ultimately do have, and it ultimately will not work for you. And quite often, we don't talk about those 40-year-old women, those 50-year-old women, hell, even the mid to late 30-year-old women who spent their early 20s, early 30s hating men, being this independent, I don't want to be with anybody type of person, and now they're in their late 30s.
This made me think about something. When did this even come about? Like, when did it become a thing to be like, I hate men? To be like why do I feel like it's new? It's like a new, like, collective mind that's been formed.
These early 40s, 50s, 60s, and they are miserable people to be around. Not just around other men, they're miserable to be around, full stop, 100%. And hell, I can identify those same men on the other end of the spectrum. You know, the one that used women, objectified them, hated women, didn't want to take anybody serious. And now those are the guys that every Father's Day, they go to the bar at Longhorns and are starting to hit on the 20-year-old waitress at 50. And people are trying to figure out, why aren't you at home with your family? Well, because he doesn't either have a family or because his family hates them. Yeah, those exist on both ends of the spectrum. And the common denominator is they spent a lot of their early years hating the other gender and not working to a
women. You know what? I think I take this back. Whatever I said earlier, there are niggas that be like, women, they just bro, all they do was cheat and lie and all they just fucking. He'd be like, yo, damn, like generalizing every single woman like that. All they fucking do is cheat and lie and da 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 da. That's just crazy, bro.
Middle ground, or being more flexible, or compromising with the other gender to create a long-lasting bond. I think when you sit there and hate the other gender for your rest of your life, I mean, you're just gonna end up miserable and lonely. And it is hard to be in a house when you can barely walk, when you are by yourself and nobody wants to be around you, man, woman, or otherwise. Hell, the dog is running away from you at that point.
That being said, man, like the video, sub up, comment up, hit the noti bell. Make sure y'all are watching all the videos over here and really liking them and turning them up, bruh. Y'all know how it is on my other channel, got a strike. I'm waiting on that to get off so I can go back, start posting there. But over here is going to be where a lot of the content is going to be getting posted for at the moment because of that strike. Yeah, I got to wait till one of them get off because I'm not trying to lose the channel indefinitely or forever. So make sure let's turn this one up over here. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. And we gone. ADD lad do it.